I live basically like...
They put you on a list, right? And the others,
We've been doing this struggle for many, many years, and with a great deal of frustration that we haven't gotten further. But the recent flotilla movement has been a turning point, I think, for us. And most specifically, the last boats, the Turkish boat, I think they showed us that resistance, even, you know, without guns, no armed resistance, but still resistance is an important part of civil disobedience, you know, a peaceful civil disobedience. And it was through that kind of resistance that the attention really came on to the flotilla movement. I'm very glad we're doing this boat from the United States. I think it's critical, and I'm very glad that there are so many Jews involved. I myself am a Jew, and I am very proud of us that we are standing up to Israel and to the fascism of Israel right now.
So I grew up in a small town in Western Massachusetts, and that has really nothing to do with the next poem, but I just felt like saying that. So this next piece is called, I mean, it's really nice. It's not nice that Obama's destroying the world, but it's nice that I actually can do this next piece, knock Obama, and not get like 1,000 weird stares. Yeah. So this is called Only as Equals. It's an old piece, but I figured it'd be appropriate for the menu. Every time I think of 9/11, I see burning flesh stripping off the bones of Iraqi children in Fallujah, now Gaza. I tend to memorialize the forgotten, the eclipsing collateral damage of our unpunished crimes. And maybe it's because I'm a numbers guy. Because if I had $1 for every time an Iraqi died since 2003, I'd be a millionaire. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I don't know who to hate more. The governments in the West or the politicians in the East who sell their souls quicker than the oil they export. Strong men who use Palestine as a tool to line their pockets and don't give a nickel to their people. Quisling governments who stitch mouths shut for a check from Washington and AIPAC. How can you be their prototypical anti-Semite if you're signing peace accords to oppress your own people? And then Orientalists and idiots want to talk about how we can't have democracy in the Middle East because of what happened in Gaza. A Hamas boogeyman wrapped in democratic elections. Rahm Emanuel wants to educate me and my people about democracy gone wrong. Why doesn't he try implementing one in Israel first, instead of bowing down to his terrorist father, bowing down to terrorists like his father in the IDF, lauding a third-rate racist European society that's imploding quicker than its moral standing in the world. Enlightened, like 1950s Afrikaners and slave traders. Just because a house is beautiful doesn't mean the bones you built it on have fully decomposed. The Israeli left is about as alive as Ariel Sharon. I'm sick and tired of asking for permission to resist from antiquated leftists and progressives who care more about keeping it kosher than moving things forward. I put down my pen and waving fists to resist with college kids and Palestinians, boycott and divest. Because honestly, who cares about preserving the living when governments are killing civilians? Complicity by silence and reserve units bombing Gaza. Your academics and scholars, theater groups and practitioners are part of the problem. And if logic doesn't fit into your long-term plan of rejecting my right to return, I'm sorry. Maybe one day you'll return to reality where my people have babies quicker than Zionists can concoct ordinary options. I'm not looking for your sympathy or your introspective confessions. Won't sit on my hands until they lose oxygen like the people of Balad and Rafah. Vote for Barack Obama and pretend that his 22 days of silence was golden, while emaciated children starved to death surrounded by their parents' corpses. This can't be America the Beautiful. A criminal with a few positive attributes doesn't alleviate genocide. Bombing Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Iraq, it doesn't make you historic. It makes you as blind and bloodthirsty as the white men that came before you. Apathetic hipsters now excited about a president who broke history but not poverty, occupation, or corporate interests. I'd rather proudly walk through the graveyards of peace accords and failed dialogue sessions than keep seeing my people just as occupied or third-class citizens. We're the gavel that'll slam down like a verdict. I'm not waiting for Israel, America, the Supreme Court to approve it. We'll boycott Lev Lebayev, Ahava, and your apartheid companies. We're taking back the keys. We're taking back the keys and right of return to a country because we never asked you to go back to Europe or sit in open-air prisons. I'm not asking for your advice. I'm explaining the decision. You can stay here with us, but only as equals. It's not that you're Israeli. It's that you're wrong. That's why I fight for my people.
That's our program for today. See you next week at this time. I'm Stanley Heller, and this is The Struggle.